I want y'all to give me an actual valid reason as to why you haven't watched Black Panther yet, right? Oh my gosh, my wife, she just went into labor. I'm so sorry, I couldn't make it. Me personally, I would have told her to stop. We got a movie to watch, babe. It's time to go.
She talks queen talk. You can just be talk. Authenticity talk. Culture we talk. Trips around the sun. Skips around the sun. Dips around the sun. Get this melanated tea. Sip this melanated tea.
Bella's Tea Talks Detox Box is a powerful 14-day detox, reset, and restores at the cellular level. Well-crafted synergy blends cleanses the body of excess mucus, eliminates bloating, increases energy, boosts immunity, mood, mental clarity, supports weight loss and weight management, supports thyroid health, good source of iodine, supports gut health, boosts immunity, supports fertility, reduces inflammation, and promotes healthy hair and skin. Each detox box comes complete with a well-crafted blend of herbs, sea moss capsules, energy synergy capsules that include milk thistle, licorice root, turmeric, dandelion, stinging nettle, chlorella, burdock, ashwagandha, Siberian ginseng, and bladderwrack, along with 5 elderberry, ginger, or hibiscus-infused honey straws to sweeten your herbal tea. The statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. However, this detox is the business. You can grab your Bella's Detox box over at locksandtea.com and tell them that Melanin Tea TV sent you. What happened to Shanquella Robinson in Mexico? That's what everybody's trying to figure out. This young lady left her home in Charlotte, North Carolina to go on a trip to Mexico, celebrate one of her friends. Listen, if you guys could see me, you would see that I'm looking real sarcastic when I say that. She went to celebrate with one of her so-called friends in Mexico, and she ended up deceased. Okay, and so this is how the story is unfolding. As of late, a video of a brawl surrounding the mysterious death of a Black woman has led to a movement to uncover the truth about what happened to Shanquella, affectionately known as Quella Robinson. This thing is serious, okay? Again, like I said, it's being reported that she went with these friends. They have 7 friends registered to this villa, according to sources. And, you know, you can only see the 2 people in the video and hear one. And so you see Shanquella is being assaulted, and she's not even defending herself, okay? It looks like she's out of it at that point in the video. And then you have somebody behind the lens, behind the camera. You know what they're so quick to do nowadays, pull out their camera versus intervening to stop something before something bad like this ultimately happens. And so this video surfaced. It has now become viral, and Salamandra Robinson, who is Quella's mom, is looking for answers, and rightfully so. You know, she took to the public for answers after she received conflicting reports about what led to her daughter's death at this villa more than 2,500 miles away from Charlotte, North Carolina in Cabo, Mexico. Her parents have contacted the FBI and Mexican authorities, and they have since paid to bring their daughter's body back to the United States. Of course, these so-called friends left her deceased body in Mexico, which is jacked up. It's really jacked up. And so, the mom is saying that she received a call from one of these so-called friends, really frantic, saying that Quella had, passed out. She was unconscious, and it was due to alcohol poisoning. This is the story. Some of the other people in the villa had a whole bunch of different conflicting stories. Nobody's story was corroborated. So it was just a whole mess.com, and it continues to be. I blame too also the person who's recorded, the person who captured this video, because she could still be here if you had put down your phone, sir, if you had put down your recording device. I I don't know if you're using a camera or whatever, and just intervene to save this girl's life. You saw that she was not fighting back. She was not confrontational, and you had an opportunity to nip it in the bud right then and there. So the Mexican authorities said they don't suspect foul play, but the 25-year-old woman's family believes that she was murdered. And clearly you can see in the video that there's some stuff going on that can definitely cause somebody to lose their life. Okay, again, I'm going to reiterate, Shanquella Robinson left Charlotte, North Carolina for Mexico on Friday, October 28th to celebrate one of her friends' birthdays for the weekend. Her family says she was dead within 24 hours. It's really sad. It's disheartening. You know, she left out of here alive and she came back in a body bag, and somebody gonna answer to it. Again, her friends left her deceased in Mexico. They came back home. They came back to their lives. I guess they came back thinking everything was going to be like it was before they left here, but your lives have changed forever. And, you know, I'm not saying that all 7 people were in the room because that's not clear from the video, but surely there's going to be more than just the individual who is being shown in the video. There's going to be more people who are going to be held accountable for this young lady's death. Her family ended up having to spend $6,000 to ship her remains back to Charlotte. And so her remains arrived in Charlotte on November the 10th, and her family also received a death certificate. Now check this. Remember when I just dropped to you guys that one of her friends called frantic, stating that Shanquella passed out and it was due to alcohol poisoning. Okay, so yeah, her body arrived in Charlotte on November the 10th, and her family also received a death certificate. And so there was a cause of death listed on the death certificate, and the cause of death that they have listed is severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Atlas luxation means that her spine was dislocated from her neck. And so that is an internal decapitation. She was decapitated internally. It surely ain't from no alcohol poisoning. According to the death certificate, there was no mention of alcohol poisoning. These were not her friends, and that's on period, okay? We have to be real mindful about who we pick and choose to call our friends, go out of our way for, and all of that other stuff. I feel like the young lady would be here today had the individual who was recording this horrific act, had he took the time to put his phone down and just simply intervene, sis would still be here. To her family, to her real ride or die friends, listen, and to all of those who have been affected by this ridiculous loss, this unnecessary loss. We are definitely lifting you guys up in prayer, and these people are going to get what's coming to them. I don't know what type of people she was connected to be out there with people acting all unseemly and whatnot. And I feel like there is no misunderstanding that can't be talked out as adults, okay? We talking 25 years old, okay? So I'm sure she wasn't there with a bunch of children. And I feel like whatever the situation was, it could have been handled in a more mature type of way. I'm hoping for justice in this situation. Rest up, baby girl.
Rick, it's the 90s. Can't afford to be afraid of our own people anymore, man.
Why are black women on social media starting to ask black men for forgiveness? I have not seen this. Where y'all seeing this at? We're going to try to get into it. This is a broad question, so anybody can tap in. We would love for you to get involved in the discourse because maybe I'm not on social media enough to peep this type of stuff, but I have not seen this. Personally, I think for somebody to do that because forgiving someone is so personal, I think it's for the clicks and views, honey. I think that maybe it is for attention, but that's just my opinion. Don't come for me for my opinion. I think it's a big step for them. I even see some black women are starting to check other black women and hold them accountable. Is it like a reality check or something? That's the question. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but like I said, it was a broad question. So we're going to look at what some other people had to say with regards to this. I personally think that the people who go online and do these things do it for attention. Hello. Listen, we already got somebody agreeing with me at the jump. If someone is really feeling that way, they would just act on it in real life. You know, actions speak louder than words. I think that everything that's happening now online is a big joke and far removed from reality, and it's disturbing. And I agree. I mean, you got your good and your bad. You know, it's all in how you choose to use it. Another response came in saying, I haven't seen this. Okay, I'm not alone because I haven't seen it either, sis. She says, I haven't seen this, but depending on exactly what's going on, it sounds pretty performative. Again, somebody else who agrees. If women are just posting something like, I just want to apologize to all black men on behalf of all black women, it doesn't do anything. And for me personally, if the post has anything like I see you in it, then it's performative and annoying. Apologies are meant to be personal. Again, this is what I'm saying, and specific. We got another response that says, this is a strange concept that I haven't quite seen yet. Oh, somebody else. Social media is weird. A lot of people are just doing things for clicks and likes. Did I not say that, sis? Between seeing some people's social media selves versus their real selves, I have concluded not to believe anything on social media, or at least be skeptical. I've seen a few women ask for forgiveness. Okay, so we got a different perspective on behalf of other toxic women, but it doesn't amount to really much of anything to me. And why would it? You know what I'm saying? Again, it is personal. I think those women do it for attention. Somebody else who is in alignment with what we're saying here. I'm already aware that those toxic women are usually the problem and are looking for echo chambers to validate their toxicity and lies. I don't need an apology from any woman regarding other women's toxic actions or words. This is a brother here. Come through, bruh. Whatever they said or did, there was contemplation and intent behind those words and actions, i.e. attention, i.e. performative, i.e. wanting to be seen. What do you guys think on this matter? They're asking why black women on social media are starting to ask black men for forgiveness. Is it like a reality check or something? And it goes into holding women accountable for, y'all let me know, okay? Y'all let me know. You can send your questions to melaninva@gmail.com. That's melaninva@gmail.com and ask Trust.
Rest in peace to Lavelle Davis Jr., Deshaun Perry, and Devin Chandler, 3 students who were shot and killed at the University of Virginia after coming back from a trip to D.C. According to Sean King's Instagram page, he wrote, I can't even imagine the pain of getting your brilliant black sons all the way through the ugly gauntlet of childhood and adolescence and into college, only for your son to be shot and killed at college. My heart breaks. To be clear, this wasn't racial. Another young black student shot and killed them as their bus pulled into a campus parking garage after a tour of DC. Again, I say gun violence is robbing us of our best and our brightest. According to Katie Couric, she was reporting from a press conference. UVA President Jim Ryan confirmed Lavelle Davis Jr., Deshaun Perry, and Devin Chandler, all members of the University of Virginia football team, were killed in Sunday night shooting. The players had just returned from a class trip to Washington to see a play when they were attacked as their bus pulled into a campus parking garage. The suspect has been taken into custody and charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder. Here's what we know about the victims so far. Lavelle Davis Jr., 20, was a third-year student from Richville, South Carolina. He was a wide receiver for the University of Virginia and had been playing with the university since 2020. Davis was set to graduate in December and was the beloved first child and role model to his younger brother and younger sister. Deshaun Perry, 22, was a fourth-year student from Miami, Florida. He was linebacker and defensive end for the University of Virginia Cavaliers, a do-it-all defender. Devin Chandler was a second-year student and a wide receiver and kick returner for the Cavaliers. Before coming to the University of Virginia, Chandler was a wide receiver and kick returner at the University of Wisconsin. We're going to continue to follow this story. They do, as stated, have someone in custody for these shootings, and it happened to be a fellow student. And so our prayers, our thoughts are not just with the family, but also with the faculty, the students, all of those that are affected by this tragedy. And I am a Virginian, and so also the community mourns with you. We mourn and we pray with you. You know, I've read this book over and over again, and I find myself referencing back to it often. It is one of my favorite reads. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It draws on the long tradition of the Toltecs, on ancient indigenous people of Mexico. And it shows us that, you know, we've been domesticated from childhood, you know, almost like you train your pet what they can and can't do. It's the same principle here in the book. So it talks about how we've been domesticated from childhood and how these internal guiding rules hurt us and what we could do to break and replace some of these old agreements with new agreements. It gets really, really deep when you look at it in light of the contrasting of, you know, training an animal and bringing an animal up. We've all been brought up, you know, different ways and with different rules, different morals, different beliefs. Some of us go out into the world thinking that what I've been brought up on is right and everybody else is wrong, and vice versa. And so we've agreed to some things that, you know, for the most part could possibly have some people boxed in and looking at life through tunnel vision and not really taking the blinders off to see that it's so much more to life. And so it's a really, really great read. I've always been fascinated by ancient cultures, you know, especially those where, you know, they were way ahead of their time, like the Spartans, the Romans, Egyptians, you know. And one place we really look to this regard is South America. You know, the Aztecs had a super efficient agricultural system and built the foundation on which Mexico City still stands today, and that's incredible. The Mayans are famous for their incredibly accurate calendar and one of the new 7 world wonders. And so, you know, this book is written by a Mexican surgeon. He turned from science to spirituality after a near-fatal car accident, and he's getting deep into it. This is definitely a read that I would encourage you to crack open, check it out. You won't be disappointed, I'm gonna promise you that, especially if you're somebody who is interested in learning about these types of things and also who want to vibrate on a higher frequency, because when you walking around here domesticated, which a lot of people are, then you are definitely existing in a low vibrational state of mind. And so check out the book. It is called The Four Agreements. It is a Toltec book of wisdom by Don Miguel Ruiz. You can also check it out on Audible as well. And